Clan list! Ban list! Alright. From what I understand, you guys are literally in a tier 0 format. Quite literally. Has not yet been updated since the last ban list announcement. So hopefully, this tier 0 format, this literal, like, one deck format, gets balanced by whatever's about to happen here. Let's check it out. Alright, first we got Ancient Gear Explosive. Now, what's the pattern with the ban lists and Duel Links? Floodgates, burn cards. For some reason, burn cards specifically have been proliferated over the last couple of years in Duel Links, so much so that it's every ban list involves burn cards getting hit. So what do we have here? It's an Ancient Gear card. Why are we hitting Ancient Gear cards when Synchro Stardust is the best deck in the game? Target an Ancient Gear, destroy it, and inflict damage to your opponent. Is that even that much? The biggest Ancient Gear is what, like 3k? Divided by 2 because of Duel Links. No, inflict damage to your opponent equal to attack. So 15. You know the card text here where it says inflict damage equal to half? Is this Duel Links card text or is this normal TCG card text and then I have to divide it by 2 again? There's like a 4,300 Ancient Gear. Biggest one's 44. So what, 11 burn damage? Or is it 22? What if you powerbomb the Ancient Gear Fusion to make it 8k? It says original attack, I guess, so... we got Chitodian Blast. Face a monster is destroyed, set the grave, destroy face a monster on the field that has the lowest attack, and then inflict damage. So there's no Stardust hits yet. There's no Synchro hits. There's no actual tiered meta deck hits yet. It's just burn cards. It's just all burn. Is it me or is like burn more fun to play against than Stardust? I don't know. Oh, Floodgate, nice. Unlimited, now down to 1. Zombie World. Well, you guys know how this card works. You can't tribute monsters. And all monsters become zombies. Read the trap again. Watch, Chitodian Blast. This is burn damage. When a face of monster is destroyed and sent to the grave, destroy face of monster in the field that has the lowest attack and then inflict damage to both players equal to a quarter of that monster's attack. Okay, so it says quarter, which means I think these are adjusted for Duel Links. Duel Links' text. Quarter damage is insane. Oracle of Zefra? Why is this limited? Does Stardust... What does a Stardust deck look like these days? Stardust Synchron. First place, whatever this is. CT. Don't know what I'm looking at. It's really expensive, though. Half the deck is Ultras. The entire extra deck is Ultra, pretty much. Jesus. Woo. That's a post list deck? Oh, really? Okay. Well, I've always thought Zefra was a cool, fun deck, but I doubt it's anywhere near the same playstyle in Duel Links as it was in TCG. Because, gosh, it was a fun deck. Ghost Fairy Elphobia. Yeah, transphobic Ghost Fairy. Reveal a wind in your hand until the end of your opponent's next main phase. Monsters with a level higher than the revealed monster can activate their effect. Oh, so Floodgate. So far, how many cards in are we? Burn, Floodgate, actual relevant hit, I think, maybe? Floodgate. We're hitting Galaxy cards. Special one of your banished Light and Darks. Face up Exceed is banished while this is your grave. Banish this and target those monsters special summon it. Okay. Why are we hitting Galaxy? Another Ancient Gear card. Tribute this and inflict 500 damage. Synchro World! Limited! Here's some Synchro card. Okay, the Synchro... The field spell? I guess they must be playing that. Or were playing that. So I assume that's a relevant hit there. Hey Trunade getting buffed. Quasar to 3 with Synchron and Satellite Warrior. Okay, so now you can only play 1 and 1 and 1. Yeah, I mean, this is like a... I think this is a one-card starter in the deck, right? So they've limited this, which means you get to only play 1, basically, because, you know, I assume you need Quasar and Satellite Warrior. And then some buffs here. We saw Econ. By the way, this is huge. So in some capacity, Duel Links is a really weird ban list to follow, right? Because if a card is semi-limited, it has potential to be better than being limited to 3. Because if it's limited, let's say you're playing a deck that wants to play the Stardust engine of Quasar, Synchron, and Satellite Warrior, but you also want to play Econ as like an OTK tool. Well, now you can't because that's 4 cards and it's limited to 3. Whereas, depending on the deck you're playing and the format and stuff, like, being limited to 2 is better because when it goes from 2 to 3, it's now in a different category of cards. It's in the 3 section, right? And that could include a lot of engine pieces. So, I think for the most part, in general, going from 2 to 3 is just good. And it probably means that meta decks can't use it, right? Because a lot of meta decks have cards, well, now at least, have cards that are in the 3 category. So, Econ to 3 overlaps with so many cards. Yeah, so on the surface, you would think like 2 to 3 is like, oh, that's like a buff, right? But not necessarily, right? If anything, this could be a nerf depending on the deck you're playing, right? So it's a bit confusing. This is too complicated for my baby brain. Can I just mill 5 into 3? Brazil. Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? That's one of the quote-unquote problems of having these styles of BANLIST. It's the same with Genesis, right? Because you look at a card that's pointed, or in Duel Links' case, that's limited to a certain number. It's like, you don't actually know what that means in the grand scheme of things until you, like, analyze everything around it. But I think in Duel Links, overall, this might actually just be a nerf more than anything. But anyway, Unlimited Cyber Dragon Infinity, which I think one of the biggest running jokes and gimmicks in Duel Links is Cyber Dragons have been hit for like 5 years or something, right? I'm pretty sure Cyber Dragons were meta like legitimately 5 years ago, and it's like they've very slowly been putting those cards back to Unlimited, but I'm not sure. I could be making that up. Floodgate Trap Hole is now Unlimited. And some skill changes. Okay, like I'm not reading all this crap, but what's the most important one? I think it's this one, right? This was the most important one. Bonds of the Converging Stars. Okay, so I mean, it's still like a little mini dissertation. The second effect now adds specifically Shining Star from deck to the hand instead of a tuner from deck, and 1 copy of Shooting Star from outside your deck. Alright, so we nerfed it from adding 2 cards to 1 specific card, and not just any tuner in the entire game. Who could have ever foresaw that adding any tuner in the entire game was a problem? So I don't actually know practically what they were doing with this skill that made them nerf it. But adding any tuner, I mean, I think they were adding like Valor, for example. You could just search a hand trap and then also keep comboing. And the third effect now plays 2 non-signer dragons at random. At random? Was it random before? Among the 5 signer dragons outside the deck, play 2 non-tuners at random. Okay, so I don't know what the old text is here. It was by choice. You got to pick before. Okay, so does that hurt? Because from what I understand, it doesn't actually matter which ones you summon. It was only to make up the levels of Quasar, right? Third effect now plays 2 non-signer dragons at random and 1 tuner signer dragon instead of allowing you to choose the exact 3 you want, and no longer sends the rest to the graveyard. Kind of sounds like they killed this skill. Okay, now, it's weird to use that kind of terminology. So this is significantly weaker than what it was before, but it's still incredible, right? Like, it is way worse than it was, but in the grand scheme of things, it's still an unbelievably powerful ability. So, yep, climb list. Let's read the comments. Pinned, by the way, Hitler. Who pinned this? Yo, why is bro pinned? Necklord's here. So this is the happiest French person on the Duel Links in the Duel Links community, by the way. Konami realized no one was going to buy Blackwing so long as Stardust is playable and gave us the ban list we deserved a month ago. Sorry, are Blackwings meta again? Hold on. Every time I've tuned into Duel Links, there's been like a Blackwing meta like once every like half a decade. They're coming. How do you see the next upcoming box? Tournaments. Isn't there a filter for like events, leaks, and updates? Wait, does he still call them leaks? Recent leaks? No, I don't want leak. No. Can someone legally tell me what they're bringing to Duel Links that isn't like, you know, gonna get me banned for going on Robert's website? I'm confused. I thought he stopped doing leaks. So he only does leaks for Duel Links now? Are they actually leaks, or does he just use the word leaks because it's more bombastic and stuff, or is it like a genuine like leak? It's not those leaks. Next box is Blackwing. And I assume it's like the new stuff, right? Stuff that brings it up to date with like basically where TCG's at. Shadow of Eyes box. So what are we getting here? Yeah, this one. Sudri. Assault Dragon. Oh, come on. Like, how do you bring a card like this after, you know, literal monthly bans on burn card? Monthly. For like 2 years in a row, every single month, Duel Links has banned a burn card, and they're like, let's bring this new boss monster. By the way, the deck can make 3 of them. It burns. Like, it's who is making these, like, chat GPT ass ban lists, like, and game design? Like, who decides this stuff? They'll probably pre-hit something. Yeah, good. They better, like, just put that card to 1 or something immediately. Why are burn cards good in Duel Links? 4,000 life points. I doubt it's unplayable now, though, just less consistent and a few less tricks. I'm still expecting it to be tier 1. I don't think so. With the release of the next box, they release archive skills, and one of the skills is going to be overpowered and crush Stardust out of the meta. I mean, I don't even know what possible, like, skill they could add to Blackwing, right? Like, once per turn, send a value from deck to your, outside your binder to your graveyard. If Gage is being followed on Twitter, I'm telling you guys, I'm gonna set a Raikou from outside of my deck. A lot of mixed thoughts on this one. Banning and limiting more FTKs as usual. Elphobia should have been hit months ago. Lol Trunade. Lol Trunade. Stardust got hit pretty hard. Happy and disappointed. Finally putting no burn damage on the 2 skills that people kept using for FTKs. This should have happened months ago. Oh, yeah, so this was one of the skills I skipped because I didn't really get it. So the Princess Adina, I think I read this one months ago. Decks can no longer inflict effect damage to the opponent. Wow, there's no way. Rescue Rabbit Call. Decks can no longer inflict effect damage to the opponent. Oh my god, no way, dude. Cool. Now let's wait for Blackwing tier 0. Alright, in here somewhere, there's a really funny joke about yesterday's cards, today's gameplay. So, I'll let someone come up with that. Because this is, if we get a Blackwing tier 0 meta, I'm going to be the first one to click on this tier list and it says tier 0 Blackwing, and I'm going to make that Genesis meme immediately. Alright, anyway. So, Duel Links players seem actually pretty happy about this ban list. But I don't know what that means for the future. Are we just swapping out one Overlord for another? I guess we'll see. Alright, Clam list.